So you live in Baton Rouge and you're looking for a great dog trainer? Well, you've come to the right place. This is your complete guide to finding the perfect professional for you and your dog right here in the capital city.
Picture this. You're trying to enjoy a beautiful day at a festival down by the riverfront, but your dog is just going nuts, pulling on the leash, barking, totally overwhelmed. A well-trained dog makes all the difference in a busy city like Baton Rouge. It can turn those stressful moments into adventures you actually enjoy together.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at training that's specifically for life here in Baton Rouge, break down the different training options, figure out how to evaluate a trainer's expertise, talk about what it costs, and give you the key questions you absolutely need to ask.
So why does the city you live in matter so much? Because great training isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. It really has to be tailored to your environment. That means getting your dog ready for all the unique sights and sounds of Baton Rouge. Everything from the wild energy of an LSU game day to just a calm walk past an outdoor cafe on Government Street. The foundation of just about all modern, effective, and humane training is something called positive reinforcement. So instead of focusing on correction and punishment, this whole approach is about using rewards, like treats, praise, or a favorite toy, to encourage the behaviors you actually want to see. It's really all about building a strong, trusting relationship with your dog.
Okay, so you need a trainer, but what kind of training program is the best fit? Let's take a look at the most common formats out there. This should help you figure out what works for your goals, your dog's specific personality, and of course, your lifestyle.
Group classes are awesome. They're great for teaching your dog how to focus when other dogs are around, which is a huge skill, and they're usually easier on the wallet. But on the other hand, you have private lessons. These are perfect for tackling those specific problems that happen right at home, like, say, jumping on guests or going crazy when the mail carrier comes, and you get a totally customized plan.
Now, for those of you who might be short on time, there are more immersive options. A Board and Train is a really intensive program where your dog actually lives with the trainer for a few weeks to get some really fast results. Day training is a great middle ground. The trainer works with your dog during the day, and then at the end, you get a lesson on how to keep all that progress going.
All right, this is a big one. How do you know if a trainer actually knows their stuff? The dog training world isn't heavily regulated, so looking at a trainer's professional certifications is one of the best ways you can gauge their knowledge and their commitment to their education.
You'll often see this, a whole string of letters after a trainer's name. Certifications like CPDTK, for example, mean the trainer has actually passed a standardized test on training knowledge. And for more complex behavioral issues like serious fear or aggression, you might want to look for an advanced credential like an IABC CBC or CBCCKA.
And here's why this is so important. The state of Louisiana doesn't require any kind of special license to be a dog trainer. That fact alone makes these voluntary certifications incredibly valuable. They show you that a trainer has really invested in their education and had their skills checked out by a real professional organization.
All right, let's talk about the practical side of this. The cost. Investing in training is really an investment in a better life with your dog, right? So it definitely helps to know what to expect financially, right here in the Baton Rouge area.
As you can see, costs can vary pretty widely depending on the service. A group class that runs for a few weeks might cost you a couple $100. On the flip side, an immersive board and train program is a much bigger investment. Those in-home lesson packages often hit a sweet spot, giving you really good value for targeted one-on-one help.
And just to give you a concrete number to wrap your head around, a single private lesson right in your own home is typically going to run somewhere between $100 and $180. It's a great option if you just want to get an expert's eyes on a specific problem you're dealing with.
So you've found a few potential trainers that look good. What do you do now? Well, the consultation is your chance to interview them, and being prepared with the right questions is going to make sure you find that perfect match for you and your dog.
You can just use this as your checklist. Make sure their training philosophy feels right to you. Don't be shy about asking about their certifications. You want to understand exactly how they plan to help your dog, how you're both going to track progress, and of course, what all the costs are before you commit to anything.
Okay, this is the best part. Once you have the skills, you get to enjoy your city in a completely new way. This whole section is about applying that training out in the real world and just being a responsible, happy dog owner here in Baton Rouge.
First up, you got to know the rules. A 6-foot leash is pretty much required in all public areas. And make sure your dog's rabies vaccination is always up to date. That's state law. And just, be mindful of barking. Good training can keep it from ever becoming an issue with your neighbors.
So where can you go to practice? The City Park Dog Park is a fantastic resource.
It's fenced in, which makes it the perfect safe space to work on recall, getting your dog to come back to you, and to practice those polite greetings with other dogs, especially if you go during quieter times.
The walking paths around the LSU lakes are just ideal for working on your loose leash walking skills. That area has the perfect level of real-world distractions: joggers, cyclists, other dogs on leash, letting you build your dog's focus in a really controlled environment.
And don't forget about the entire Breck Park system. These parks give you endless opportunities to practice good manners around all sorts of common city stuff, from families having picnics to kids running around on the playgrounds.
In the end, success isn't just about hiring a trainer and calling it a day. It's really a partnership. When you combine that professional guidance with your own consistent, patient practice, that's how you give your dog the tools they need to be a confident and happy companion no matter the situation.
So think about it for a second. What would really change for you? Maybe it's being able to relax on a coffee shop patio, or having friends over without all the chaos at the door. Or maybe it's just enjoying a truly peaceful walk through your neighborhood. The effort you put in now opens up a whole world of possibilities. Best of luck on your training journey.